FinallyTV, here we are, party people, back again with another episode of Voice of the Valley, and you already know what it is. Don't just dream, inspire. Don't just imagine, create, and just don't believe, achieve. I'm gonna tell y'all that every single time you click on my video, because you need to understand that we in this day and age of just doing what you gotta do, this day and age of just being you and doing what you gotta do to make yourself happy, right? That's what we're all about. And we're gonna keep that energy going. And I'm very, very excited today, ladies and gentlemen, to bring to you a gentleman who's been working on this craft for some time now. He's got some name drops to give you about things that he's worked with and things that he's done in the past. But I bring to you none other than DEUCE Broadway. What's going on, sir?
Yo, what's up, brother?
Chilling, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing alright, man. Free.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that.
In LA.
I hear that. I hear that. Yo, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Thanks for reaching out, man.
Saying about you, I had this in world.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Shout out. We was just talking about our man DJ Tech One. Shout out to Tech One out
what's
there.
What's up, man? You already know.
PEEKSKILL in the building.
You already know. Click
You know what I'm saying?
You heard?
Word.
DBHG shit, Tech. I'm here, yo. Pull up. I'm here, Tech.
Nah, it is nice to have you on. I heard of you before you hit me up because I saw you on Too Humble. You know, and I was like, oh, snap, this dude.
Yo, shout out to them too.
Yeah,
I fucks with them, man.
Absolutely, man. Good dudes out here. All the podcasts out in the area. Shout out to In the Field Radio and In the Studio with the Rec Boys, Too Humble. What I really want to do today is introduce my audience to you. Introduce you to my audience. Hopefully you get a couple more followers and, you know, people latching on to the music and all that good stuff. I know you got projects out there, so we're going to talk about all that. You down with that?
I'm with all that.
All right, let's get it.
Yeah.
So here on Voice of the Valley, one of the first things we always ask is, where were you born and how did you end up in the Hudson Valley?
Well, shit. My dad from Yonkers. My mom's from PEEKSKILL, so, you know, we was out there in Yonkers first, and then after my dad passed away, my mom came home, but, you know, we came to the hood, like, and I've been there, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And I used to actually live in Beacon too.
Oh, okay.
I used to live on North Street.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you back home, sort of.
Me and my mans, you know what I'm saying? I used to be dealing with joints from Poughkeepsie and all that shit. I used to fuck around out here a little bit.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So you basically you a Valley 914 person through and through.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, that's
DV8.
DV8. Yeah. This dude brought up DV8.
What? Yo, what? DV8 going
DV8
nuts.
was the joint. Yeah.
DV8 going nuts. Word.
I probably seen you up in there.
You had to. We was there, and this was in the time when I was out here. Like, I was out here. So
yeah, you
DV8,
probably did see me and Wifey out there.
I was definitely there. Like,
you know what I mean?
It's a fact.
So DEUCE Broadway. Explain the name, brother. How you come up with DEUCE Broadway?
I mean, it's you know how that hood go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot.
It's a lot to that?
It's a lot.
Right.
It's a lot to that. But just know I was out here for
okay.
it. You know?
Got you.
It was bestowed upon me though. Like,
oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Bestowed. You know what I
Okay.
mean? A lot of people, they pick their own, they make up shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't make up shit.
They gave it to you.
Yeah, what the fuck? I'm
Word.
from this shit.
All right, that's what it is.
Well,
the name's pretty cool. That's why I wanted to ask, like, DEUCE Broadway. I like that.
Oh, yeah,
I like that.
So
you know what I'm saying?
So
it's
good.
like, it's almost like saying street shit. If you really think of it, if you fuck with the words.
But that's what it is though, because now it's like, yo, like you know, it's like
DEUCE Broadway.
And I got it.
Yeah.
That's
what's up.
So
I like that. It does fit. It does fit. So that's what's up, man. I like that. So man, you know, we touched on it a little bit, and you know, the reason why you're here today is because you're a musician, right? You are you're a rapper, you're an artist, you're out here, you're a writer, you know what I mean? Talk a little bit about that passion and where that comes from.
I mean, that passion, I just, as a kid, I fucking, like, I fell in love with it early. And then, you know, it was really like a thing where my mom, she used to have a real, like, eclectic taste in what she, you know, she fucked with. Everything from, you know, Anita Baker and Tina to fucking Al Jarreau, Sade, and then she'll have some swing out sister in the crib. Like it was just different. It was different kind of shit. And I just like I would listen and I would love the way it sounded, the way it felt. And then my mom got real heavy in the church and all that shit was over. It was quiet for everything. So for me, it was more or less like I don't want none of that in the crib. It's over. Oh, wow. So it kind of got banned and shit. But I was more or less like, nah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? So I was going to school, getting tapes and shit from school, like sneaking, getting my ass whooped when she found some shit. But I was already sold, like I was already here. And there was this kid that lived in my hood. His name was Bird, Steven, white boy. He was official though, because he put me on to so much shit. And music was kind of like one of the best things that he was able to help me with. He gave me an understanding of a lot of shit. Like the first time I heard Nas was from him. Gotcha. The first time I heard Wu-Tang was from him. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He would give me tapes and shit. And he had turntables at his crib. I used to be, he had a XL BD 40, I think. And an XL DB something. So one of them was slower than the other one was crazy.
Those are Gemini turntables,
that's a
by
fact.
the way.
but I would be over there fucking it up though. You know what I'm saying? And he like it was weird when I look back now because he put me on to so much shit that involved the culture. Like, you know what I'm saying? From the clothing and everything, how to tell what was real and what's fake. Like he was official, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to him, but at that point, like, it's when I fell in love with the shit. Gotcha. Like hearing Wu-Tang shit, hearing Nas, like the Nas shit, I was just, Illmatic was different. And I didn't even understand a lot of it, but I just knew that it was something. So,
Yeah, no, you speak of some, big heavy hitters and big influences that were coming out back then. And for you, being in PEEKSKILL, I feel like you had a little bit of, we'll call it an advantage, because you're closer to the city. So you're going to be exposed to the music a little quicker than we were going to be exposed, just 30 minutes north. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So to be immersed in all that, I can only imagine the feelings you was going through, because I know what I felt like up here. You know what I'm saying? No, that's dope though, and it's cool that there was people around you just trying to put you on. So 'cause we all have that, so it's nice, and not. I shouldn't say that. We don't all have that, so it's nice when we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I had that too. I had cousins in the city. I had people that moved up here from the city that were like, "Yo, Gabe, what do you listen to that for? Listen to da-da-da-da-da." You know what I'm saying?
Like, but they're gonna steer you in the right direction.
Did you know who Cool G Rap is? Do you know who Big Daddy Kane is? You know what I'm saying? Like, like all these people.
Yo, that's crazy. Cause I remember he had Raw.
Yeah.
He had the vinyl for Raw.
Oh, okay.
And I used to be on that.
EW,
fucking it up. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but I was here for it though. I was all in.
I'm telling you. Know what I'm saying? Those are the MCs. You know what I'm saying? Those people. So that's dope. I love to hear that, because like it's almost you're speaking to me and my genre too. You know what I mean? So it's obvious that you kind of learned at an early age that you liked music, and then you're hearing these dope MCs and their projects of work. When did you go, I want to write something? What happened?
Shit, probably. I think I probably wrote my first shit on paper. Like I really wrote something, probably maybe 94.
Oh, okay.
It's like 13.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This really was like the first time I said, nah, I'm going to try this shit. And I began to feel like, nah, this might be something. I didn't necessarily run to everybody with it. It was something that I kept to myself for a long time. And then by the time I really like pulled the curtain off that shit, it was 1996. I remember it was a party that we had at a place in PEEKSKILL called Charles Plankton. Okay. And it was summertime, and this person from my hood named Shice Buck, that's my man.
Okay.
And he knew I could rap, so he used to be on me and shit. And I remember he had this golf, a black golf, with a white racing flag on the back.
Okay.
So I'm like, I need that golf, man. He said, yo, you got to battle 3 people. Yo, this is wild. I'm just thinking about this. Because the 3 people that he told me, right, one of them I knew he was my man, Noah. And Noah, he was nice, you know what I'm saying? The second one was Ak, who I met this night at Charles Point when it was the first time anybody ever heard me.
Gotcha.
The third person was a person who actually ended up setting me up later, Ty Max. Like, he said, you battle these 3, you can have the golf.
Get out.
I'm like, what? Now I'm looking for
Easy
them.
money.
Now I want to see.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So one at a time I ended up, you feel me? So then when I ended up me and Ak, we clicked like this. But he was like, who the fuck, like, where you from?
Right.
Who the fuck are you?
Where'd you come from? Right.
Because I was 15.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is you? Like, you know what I'm saying? And we ended up clicking, and I found out, you know, eventually, and I'm telling my mom about him, that our fathers were actually friends.
Gotcha.
But we didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said,
world.
my dad died when I was young. They were friends, and me and him now, like, that's big bro, you know what I'm saying? And he manages me now.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we was in a group and everything. But, like, I knew that I had something early just from how people would react to me when they would hear me.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, oh, nah.
Yeah.
I got this shit.
Yeah.
And I continue to just, like, feed everything. I was dealing with everything that I seen. I fed it all to that shit. I fed it. And it just, I believed in me so much at that time. Like, I was just like, yo, I'm going to do this shit. And I got it. And I know I could do it. You know what I'm saying? So, I you know, I gave everything I had to this shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, even now, people be like, oh, DEUCE, you getting old. But I'm like, this is how I feel. Like, for the people that believed in me the whole way through, like, as long as I got anything left in the tank, I got to leave that shit on the floor. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I stick to where I'm at. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, I go.
Yeah. Nah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And then, so, you kind of mentioned it already. When do you think it happened for you where you were just, you know, because some of us, you know, we're just rapping. When did it turn from I'm just rapping to I might be able like to put together projects. I might be able to actually do something with this music.
My man, Wish, Free Wish too, man. You know, that was like my childhood friend. That was my, you know what I mean? So one day he came to me, was like, yo, you be writing raps and shit. I like the way that sound. Yo, you know, help me. I want to do that shit too. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, word? He like, yeah. He like, yo, I got to do a, he said he had to do something for a pep rally or something. So I wrote him something and I taught him how to do it. So he went to the pep rally at the school and did the rap. And, you know, everybody was applauding for him, cheering. He was hooked.
Yeah.
So he came to me like, yo, nah, look, help me. I want to. So it started out with me writing the shit. Then him helping and writing. And what turned into was he one of the best rappers I ever heard now. Like, but watching him develop was crazy.
Right.
But then, you know, we was in a group, we brought Ak in, then it was P, like, and the people who was around us at the time, you know what I mean? Like, they really, like, they helped us kind of get organized in terms of who we was.
Gotcha.
So there was a dude in my hood named Drew. Drew was from Yonkers, but he was staying in the hood. And when he heard me, he was like, yo, nah, y'all niggas need some songs. Y'all need a tape. Y'all need a, you know what I mean? And Wish's uncle, who is Tech Man too, Power Source, he helped us get our first tape.
Gotcha. We
We had probably like 4 songs on the shit. War Games, Amazing Forever. We had a couple joints on that shit, like, but that was like, you know, like that's how that came about. And then but I still really didn't know, you know, what was what. Then a friend of mine named Sid, dope as fuck, talented, creator, like that's my friend. He taught me song structure and how to count bars and everything.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And this is, you know, pretty much like, I was about 9, 7, you know what I mean? And this when I really started to say, all right, we working. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Nah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And then through all that, you know, you've been putting out projects basically ever since, right? There's some bodies of work out there. Talk a little bit about the development of your stuff and like the different stuff that you've put out over time.
right. So, I was with me, Wish, like I said, we had a group, NATO, me, Wish, Ak, and all that shit. So, from there, my nigga Simi, Cobb, Reem, we had a big group called Major League.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it was us, and it was Cobb, who was a solo act, and then, you know, Simi and Reem, who were solo, but they was also a group called the Wolfpack. But we was under the one Major League banner. You know what I mean? And it was, you know, it was a lot happening and shit, but like I was in the street then. Like I was in the street for real. You know what I'm saying? So I was getting locked up and shit. And I ended up going to do some time. And while I was away doing that time, the feds picked us apart, you know what I'm saying? So I came home and it was more or less like, yo, I gotta work. So I was recording like crazy. I was doing a lot of shit. I ended up getting introduced to Live Son. And me and him just clicked. And it's got introduced to Live Son through fucking Time X.
Yeah, okay.
Nigga, you setting me up, like,
okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
So, but me and Live Son clicked crazy. And I ended up actually meeting Irv Gotti before I got locked up the next time.
Gotcha.
Irv called Live, like, yo, Live, I want him. You know what I'm saying? It was nuts. The next day I went to jail. But I had so much shit that I was recording. I'm like, yo, fuck it, I gotta drop it. So when I dropped Got Guap, the first one, this shit, when I dropped Got Guap, the first, I was on the run. You know what I'm saying? I was already on the run. So I get pinched, I go do the time, come home in 11. You know what I mean? Now, in this time, like, my whole 05, 06, 07, like that run, my homegirl Milkshake managed me, you know what I'm saying? And we was getting it done. We was downtown doing shows and shit.
Right.
We was out here, you know what I mean? And I ended up getting caught up, you know what I mean? So before I came home off that bed, I came to see me. I was in Wallkill on my way out, and he came to see me. He like, yo, Deuce, let me get it. I got you. I said, all right, cool. Let's do it, you know what I'm saying? And from the time I came home, I was just recording. I was in D Block. I was here. I was, you know what I mean? And it got to a point where by the time I got in the swing of my shit and I was recording, it was like, Deuce, we got to hurry up and drop Got Guap too, because if we don't, we never going to drop it because the music keeps sounding better, bigger. Like, we got to do it now. We never going to drop it. So we dropped the shit, and from there, lights out.
Gotcha.
Universal popped up. Sony popped up.
Off of Guap 2?
Got Guap 2, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got the features with Kiss on that shit. Prodigy is on that. You know what I mean?
Those
like,
are big names, bro.
Yeah.
You saying it all quiet and humble and shit.
I mean, you know, I was in D Block, though.
Yeah.
Like, I was around, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And,
that's what's up.
you know, like, I know people that always knew them. So I was in the loop, you know what I'm saying? Like, Prodigy was different because he actually had heard it and inquired, like, well, what's up with Son? Like, who this?
Right.
And, you know, that shit meant a lot because that shit was just based off of him feeling how he felt about what he heard, you know what I'm saying? So
Got you.
got in there and knocked out that, and, you know, and rest in peace, man, because Prodigy was definitely, like, he was iconic.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
he-
definitely, 100%.
And he gave birth to a lot of little prodigies. Like,
Yes, he did.
yeah, that's a fact. Like, you couldn't, like, to people that you couldn't tell them they wasn't P-Like.
Right.
Nah. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And you know, like, for me to have him on something, for me to actually be able to work with him, like, that's one of the, like, you know, the highlights of my rap shit.
Yeah,
because,
man.
you know, the impact that he had on us, you know what I'm saying, and him and Havoc, like, the impact Mobb Deep had on us is, like, you can't quantify it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm just honored to have been able to work with him before, you know.
That's super fire though, man. And it's kudos to you and salute to you for, you know, because your talent, your work ethic, your commitment to the whole thing is what got you there. You know what I mean? And I think that's super dope of you. So just to give you some flowers while you're here, brother. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that,
yeah,
man.
Keep it going. And then, so before we move on into your latest project that you just dropped that we're going to talk about production a little bit. Where do you get your production? Do you lean on a certain person? Like, how's that work for you?
So this is, you know, a long time ago, right? I got a tape from a kid named Omid.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, your beats is nice. Like, I need this. So he gave me the tape. I went to his crib and shit. Gave me the tape. And I ended up rapping on some of his shit, you know what I mean? And it was crazy because me and him, I never really talked about it then because this was around the time when I was really getting in the street. So, you know, your priorities is fucked up. I'm out here now, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So later on, I ended up meeting this young kid, and he could rap. His name was Hayes, right? And all the time, I thought his name was Ace.
Okay.
But I fucked with him. I liked him. I'm like, yo, it's my little man, you know what I'm saying? Because he was a fan of my shit through like other people that he knew that fucked with me, you know what I mean? And I always liked him and shit. And, you know, when I had to go do my time, my first bed, I always thought about him. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to get some, you know what I mean? So when I come home, I bump into him, and we chopping it. And he like, yo, look, I don't rap no more. I make beats. I'm like, yeah. Right. I'm like, nah. So then when he sent me the CD, the first one, I was like, oh, nah, yeah, you make beats.
Yeah, he does make beats.
You rap too, though.
Yeah.
So God Guap one, really, the first one, he produced like almost the whole thing.
Gotcha.
And the thing about it was he had a sound too that was kind of unique to him. And what we did was amazing, you know what I'm saying? So I get locked up again, go in, come out, and I ended up meeting, he had a partner at the time named Vic. And, you know, Vic was the most humble, genuine person I had ever met in my whole life. And I fucked with him, you know what I mean? And it came to a point where the Styles P joint, Hayes was upset with me because I decided that, you know, the beat that we would use, it came from somewhere else. So Hayes was upset with me, and I'm like, yo, how you upset with me? Like, we fucking broke. Like, like, you act like I'm out here wilding, and you fucked up. And I said, it's not like that. And I said, I got a song to some shit that I got from y'all that's gonna be bigger than any of that. And that song was called West Side. And he felt so strongly about whatever he felt. You know, he was like talking to Vic about me and shit. And I felt bad because this is my friend. And, you know, he's upset with me, but the whole way that he's moving is fucking me up. Because I'm like, not true. You know what I'm saying? We've been through mad shit by this point. You know what I'm saying? So then he ended up just kind of disappearing, like going into his own shit, whatever. And so Vic, me and him actually had a chance to talk. And when we did, we cleared the air about a lot of shit. Because this is shit like Hayes was telling him and tainting the way that he viewed me without him really knowing me like that. So in that conversation, like, you know, we started to form our own bond. And to this day now, that's one of my best friends in the world. That's my
dope.
man.
Yeah.
But me and him started really, really fucking locking in. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I ended up fucking bumping into Omid again. I'm trying to remember exactly how it was, but I think it was through Hayes again, though. And it was crazy because he was like, yo, remember me? And I'm like, kinda. And he like, man, I gave you that beat tape back in the day. I was like, you was a little kid. Like, he's like, yo, you was the first one to rap on my shit. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. But it was ill how it came full circle like that. And then me and Omid kicked it off, and like we got tight. So Got Guap 2 now was primarily done by Omid and Vic. You know what I'm saying? So
Got you. With Guap, Got Guap and Got Guap 2, are those available for people to hear right now?
Yeah, they both on that Piff.
They are. Okay.
And Got Guap 2 is like, you know, if you go on YouTube and shit,
Yeah.
you can find
Is there stuff on there?
it's around though.
Oh, okay, that's dope.
Them shit is
That's
around.
dope. Yeah, yeah.
You
No,
know what
I
I'm
like
saying?
that. I like that. So, with the new project, what's the name of the new project?
The new project I just released is called Send My Regards to Edgar.
Send my regards to Edgar, and that's
Alright.
out right now. Where's that out at?
It's on everything.
Everything. So
Everything
Apple
is
Music, Spotify,
Yeah.
the whole nine.
Yeah.
Got you.
And you know, it's produced entirely by Omid except for one joint.
Got you.
And it's like Edgar is this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Edgar is, you know, it's the hip hop. Like it's the lyrics. It's the love for it. It's what the fuck it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? But it's you know the art is like the dude on it, he's a plug, big plug. He was so like they gunned him down. They was tired of playing with him.
Right, right.
That's his name though.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So it's more like, yo, I feel how I feel about it strongly. I hold myself to a high standard. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of that's been lost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like it's not as much priority as it should be, as it once was. You know what I'm saying? And it you know, and in that itself, like it represents so much, especially coming from where we came from when it comes to this shit, this artwork, this
Right,
art form.
right,
you know what
right,
I'm saying?
right.
And how people feel about it. And I'm just like, yo, it's here. And like I was talking to you about before we started, like, you know, like the best shit, regardless if people, you know, make the association or not. You know, the crack game was running rampant in a time when the best hip hop was out. And this is just a fact, when like big iconic shit was happening, like like things you can't repeat again.
Right.
Like
Right.
the tunnel.
Right.
You know, like
Yes.
certain art, like generational. You know what I'm saying? It was different for us because we was coming out of.
Right.
We're products of this shit.
Yeah, I feel you. I
You
feel
understand
on
what
it.
I'm saying? So, you know, it felt right. It just made sense.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I had to work, and my man Wells, shout out to Wells, he was like, yo, I said, Deuce, you gotta drop something because they waiting. You working on God Guap 3, and it's cool, but people waiting. And I'm such a perfectionist, I don't be wanting to do shit like that. I be wanting to make sure every T is crossed and I's dotted before I fire off. Like, and he like, nah, my nigga, they waiting. And you got so much shit, stop playing. He like, send me 8 songs right now. Like, I'm like, all right. He said, I don't like them 2. Send me 2 more. Sent them. He like, all right, we got it. Here's the artwork. I'm like, what?
And that was
just
Edgar?
like that. Just like that.
Wow, okay.
So but me and him talk every day, like, and there be times we talk for hours. He knows me.
Got you.
That's like little bro. So it's a lot of shit I don't even have to say, but he know. And we formulate the rest as we go. Like once you see us in action, it'll all make sense. Like, and he's just wild talent, bro. He talented, brilliant. You know what I'm saying?
Is there like a lead single, if you will, off of there?
Probably Cheat Code. Or Cubana Lush is one of the 2.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You already see where this shit
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
And like, you know, like the response that I've been getting so far has been great.
Got you.
And I'm excited about it. And what we did with this really was we wanted to get our feet wet and figure out the ropes when it comes to how to market shit on the internet and this whole this game, like this distribution on the internet and shit. We don't
marketing, branding.
Right.
All that,
I didn't know shit about this shit. I've been
Right.
in the joint. Like I'm trying to. So we really wanted to run. It's like a test run for the next shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit that I'm working on now. That's a fact.
It's got Guap 3 still on its way?
That's a finish.
Oh, okay.
And you know, I'm gonna put out another album too. I'm probably gonna do everything Moolah. That's probably gonna drop too soon.
That's gonna be the name, Everything Moolah?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah,
is there a desire or plans for any videos for the Edgar joint?
We might.
Okay.
We might.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But it's more or less like we want our approach to be different than just what everybody else is doing.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So we trying to just figure out more creative ways of telling the story. Like, it's similar to a lot of other people's shit, especially like when you really be there. You know what I'm saying? So we just want to make sure that we represent ourselves and what we coming from and what we stand for correctly.
Got
you. Know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's respectable, man. I mean, everything you've been saying this whole time, I'm sure my audience is appreciating it too. It just seems like you're coming from a place of, passion, desire.
I'm passionate about
you know what I'm
this
saying?
I'm passionate.
You know?
And even when I was in jail, I used to tell people, like, once they heard I could rap and I could rap good, they wanted to bring people to me.
Right.
And I'm like,
listen to this.
Don't ask me about your shit, because I'm going to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Because I take it too seriously. Like, and if I don't feel like you're supposed to be here, I'm going to tell you, get the fuck out the way.
Right.
And it get me into mad dumb shit.
Yeah.
But it's true. I be telling you, don't ask me about your shit, especially if you're a sensitive nigga.
Yeah.
Don't ask me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You got to have tough skin being an artist, generally speaking, I think, though.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Because there's so many people in the world, and out of the 330 million that live in this country, you only need but like 200,000 to rock with you, and
you could be rich.
You be rich.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Touring and all that, and then you'd be like Tech One, going across seas and
Tech One, everywhere. Yo, it's Dunbar niggas everywhere, you heard? And that's my man. And like that, and growing up, like, and Tech, if you talk to Tech, he'll tell you, like, the people that was older than me that lived there, they was a certain way with us, like Hank and Mark and them, like, they was different. So they wasn't going, it was a lot of shit that they wasn't going for when it came to us. So we came out a certain way, you know what I'm saying? And that, the childhood I had, like, I was dark skinned when light skin was in, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming up, like, my skin thick, you know? So I'm built for certain shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't be giving a fuck about what nobody talking about, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I'm gonna say how I feel,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when it comes to shit like that, I'll tell people, if you don't want me to talk about your shit, don't ask me.
Yeah, right.
I'm opinionated, like, and I talk mine. You know what I mean? Like, don't ask me.
Trust me when I tell you, I know exactly where you're coming from with that, man.
That's a fact.
Nah, so what I want to do is, I think I like the name Cheat Code. I kind of want to play Cheat Code. I haven't heard the joint because, he ain't sent it to me till he showed up.
Yo,
but
that's crisped out. Swear I thought you had it.
So
what the
we going to play Cheat Code right now.
All I do is win like I'm in cheat mode. These niggas believe that I had the cheat code. Up, down, left, right, BA. Started in 3A. Part of my French, but part of her's Italian. And I ain't begging pardon for being part of my surroundings. I'm the new T.O.N.Y. The old T.O. in the end zone. Kenzo Levers in the end zone. I ain't know who sinks in the Brinks you pulling. I was pulling up with that Brinks truck. Banger in the building. The bankers in the building. ATM Deuce got her doing ATM for that atrium blue and Rolls Royces. I smell a moisture in the air, face to face with that voiceless fear, making the wrong choices. I'm poised to do something great. She lick a poison off of my face and she can taste herself on me. Homie, it's just me, myself, and Irene. The American dream lit up in the high beams. Her body illuminated in the rumors. In the room service couldn't make it out over the Mueller. I found a new Tomb Raider.
Boom, tell me a little bit about that song. Tell me about Cheat Code a little bit.
I mean, Cheat Code really is just like when you know who you are, you understand? Like, when you know who you are, you know what you're capable of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And once you master that, everybody gonna think you cheating, homie. But it's something that we all got in ourselves when we understand who we are and our greatness. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything ain't for everybody.
Right.
But what's for you is for you.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I mean, when you unlock that, you feel me? Like, it's certain shit, like people who know how to box, they just know. So even before they was trained, they had something.
Yeah, right.
That was natural.
Right.
People know how to cook. They just like that. They're fifth visual.
Yeah,
they take a fucking shoestring and a tripod and make some fire. Just because it's who they are.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you understand who you are, you can unlock your own greatness. That's a cheat code. You know what I'm saying?
It is. Yeah, that's like a quote right there. I like that one. I like that one.
Put that shit on a fucking shirt.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put that on a shirt. I'm putting that on the screen. Don't steal it.
They just jacking everything.
No, they jacked it already.
You can't have nothing.
It's already jacked.
This should be on the web before you leave the spot. This should be on the neck.
You know what I'm saying? Deuce, man, look into that camera lens and tell them where they can find you, how they can follow you, and all that good stuff.
Hey, yo, man, look. My name everywhere. DEUCE_Broadway on the gram. DEUCE Broadway on Facebook, fucking Twitter, all that other shit is there. My bio on the gram got the Linktree shit, my shit everywhere. iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, all that shit. Like, Edgar here. So, and Got Guap 1 and Got Guap 2 is on that Piff. It's on YouTube. You can find it, you know what I mean?
No, that's super dope, man. Deuce, man, it's been a pleasure chopping it up with you. Very authentic gentleman, let me just tell you that. The vibe is real. But I wish you much success, you know what I'm saying?
You too, bro.
And I hope that, you know, the world gets to understand who you are, and when they do, and you that dude, that maybe you'll come back here and be like,
that's
yo, remember when we did that interview?
Nah, but shit like that is real to me. Like, you know, cause shit, man.
Yeah, man.
Fun and shit.
You know what I'm saying? But yo, I really do appreciate you.
Appreciate you for having me.
You know what I'm saying? But make sure you go and follow this man, DEUCE_Broadway. It's been on the screen the whole time. You already know how I do. So make sure you hit that man, give him a follow. Go listen to Edgar. But what's the whole name?
Send my regards to Edgar.
Send my regards to Edgar.
Send my regards, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
DEUCE Broadway. He that dude. We out here. It's Voice of the Valley. FinallyTV. Peace, y'all.
Yeah.